We're in the industry where people rely a lot more now on simulations, but more and more arises the question of whether you are confident in that simulation model. And the way we help people getting confident is to take the test data and aggregate that data onto the model. So that's what our software does. We work a lot with aerospace companies, but also automotive and other sectors. Especially in aerospace, people are asked, simulation engineers, CAE people, they're asked to be providing with a certain justification of the simulation quality, validation, verification. And I think this is really challenging because most of the time they have incomplete data, test data, simulation data is naturally incomplete. So coming up with the justification that this simulation actually represents the end systems, that's not easy, right? So we're trying to provide them with tools that help bridge the gap between those incomplete simulation information, but also incomplete test information, in order to make sense of this and try to be more confident in the simulation model. We definitely see more and more efforts to try and validate the simulations more closely to the test data. Maybe a few years back, especially in the automotive sector, for instance, there weren't as many efforts in order to get really close to the test data on the simulation side. I think also maybe the test people were running the game a little bit, and this has kind of balanced out. I think simulation engineers have more importance in decision making now, but this needs to be relying on some validated simulations. You cannot take a decision based on something that you don't trust. And I think there's a general effort to be more confident in the simulation models in order to achieve these steps and to progressively remove some of the testing that is going on and replace that with simulation models. But you cannot do that if you don't trust the simulation. So I think there's a lot of efforts, whether it is aerospace industries, automotive industries, we see that as well even in sports equipment, try to take more out of the simulation models. Our product relies a lot on image analysis to measure strain maps and displacement maps during the tests. This is called digital image correlation. We have a kind of a specific brand of digital image correlation that relies a lot on the model, on the mesh itself, which makes us, I think, naturally closer to simulation providers and also to simulation engineers. We're a very small company. We're 10 to 12 people. Being a small company, our marketing budget is limited by nature, so we cannot go everywhere around the globe like many big players are doing. So we have to find new ways to connect with the customers, because we know that if a customer in France, where we live, has some kind of pain point, probably its counterpart in the US or in China or in Japan, they have the same issue. Because they're all working with the same tools, they're working on the same kind of products. So we have to find a way to connect with them. And the APA is one great way to do that. So we've been a member of the APA for three and a half years now. And it's given us the opportunity to meet with a lot of new leads, a lot of new prospects who discover the software through the APA just by downloading it or looking at the webinar, for instance. This has really been an opportunity for us to show to non-EU or even non-French customers what we were about. Even this week we're going to visit customers in North America, which is not something that we would have done so easily without the APA. So this really is a great opportunity to us to be an APA member.